Welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, Nico Reyes, and as always, my co-host,
Teflon John here.
On this episode, guys, we're actually going to short swimming supply stores because I can't swim. We're going to short them. I don't like swimming supply stores. I don't like being around swimming supply stores. Chlorine doesn't make me itch, but I just can't swim. I don't have any type of buoyancy, so it is what it is. But we talked about differences in how we've been trading last year to this year. We talked about a stock of the week, which is, John talked about the stock of the week. What is it, John?
Everyone knows about it, but you got to check it out.
You got to check out the episode in order for you to learn. We also talked about some current events. Earnings season is here. Earnings season. I'm so excited for earnings season. We talk about our plays from Monday to Wednesday. We'll break down the rest of the week on our Wednesday pod for you guys, our plays for the week. And as always, subscribe to the channel, give us the preemptive thumbs up, and then hit the post notification bell so you guys get a nice ding 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 every time a new episode pops. Follow us on all. Other than that, let's get to the episode.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, Nico Reyes, and as always, my co-host.
What up, daddies? Teflon John here.
Tef Leezy Fo Sheezy is always in the building. Dude, bro, what a week.
Dude, what a Friday, what a week, what a month.
What a month, what a year.
What a year so far.
What a year
insane.
So far.
Just insane across the board.
It's been nuts, dude. It's been nuts. I'm just gonna say that out loud. It's been the wildest ride so far this year.
Bro, it's only the third week.
And it's only the third week. Oh man. And it's only the third week.
In all honesty, bro, like let me get a quick minute real quick.
Yeah.
Like first and foremost, I just wanted to say thank you to our listeners and our viewers. We are growing so fast. We just want to share, our gains with you guys. If you guys have been following majority of our trades, hey, you guys are making a killing. We're talking about like 5 figures, in a month.
You are
easy. And this is like the hardest, easiest job in the world. The hardest meaning, you got to put in 99% of the work, and then that 1%, you're clicking buttons.
Yeah, it's the least glamorous gig in the world.
Yeah,
it's the most rewarding.
Bro, it's the most rewarding, and like I said, it's the hardest, easiest job in the world.
It is.
Okay. But again, I just want to say, on behalf of me and Nico, we want to thank, our viewers and our listeners, because we're seeing the numbers, man. We're growing pretty fast, and people are ordering our merch. We're sharing this movement with you guys, and you guys are supporting it. Perfect. Our Discord channel, again, I can't stress this enough. It's free. It's free. You guys can join. If you can't join, I don't know why. We have a store.
It's free. That's
we have a story with one of our I don't want to say friend, but he can't join Discord because of some issues. But come on now, make it happen.
Make it happen,
the
Captain.
Discord channel is free.
Make it happen, Captain. It's a very useful tool, right? Let me tell you this: you could sell it this way. I'm a salesman by trade. I think you could sell it this way. If you can perhaps find a crystal ball that can, not tell you what's going to make you money, but give you ideas on how to make money, would you do it? Would you be
if it's free?
And it's free, would you be able to sell
There's no catch.
Dude, all you got to do is sell the dream. Sell the dream and live the dream. You know what I mean?
Dude, can I reiterate that, it's only been the third week and we're already at 5 figures for the month? I'm dying, bro. Like, I can't stop looking at it. When I update all my accounts, right? I have them on all my boards, and I'm like, damn, like it's only the third week and it's only January.
It really is only the third week. It really is only the third week in the first month of the year. I mean, I'm not saying, all right, let's come back to reality real quick. Let's come down to earth. And we're not saying that this is going to be the upward trend moving forward for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. We're going to see some hiccups. We're going to make mistakes. We are going to make mistakes, and you guys are going to be along for the ride when we do make those mistakes. I'm going to talk about a mistake later that I've made so far this year, as astronomical and how amazing it's been for us this month. I made one mistake that could have caught that. Essentially, I left $3,000 on the table. I'm just going to say that.
Is it Aunt Jemima?
Oh God.
Bro, I had 800 shares, bro, at 43. Come on. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, what me and Nico want to talk about, on today's show, it's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday as well. Gorgeous day today.
Cold Saturday.
We want to talk about how we changed as a trader / investor from 2020 to 2021. I know it's only been 3 weeks. What the heck happened? Was this like a New Year's resolution? No, it wasn't. We've been doing this all along. We've been doing trial and errors for the past, months. And I think this is it.
I think so.
We're locking in gains, and we're pretty much investing and trading at the same time. Yeah. If we can do it, anyone can do it.
And so I always tell this to people who reach out to us, everybody that's a new trader. Shout out to the people who's been interacting with us on Instagram. I hope that the time that we spend with you guys have been fruitful. Yesterday I taught somebody how to read the charts, which is pretty cool. Just give them the tools. And I think that's, to me, what we do is very gratifying. It really makes me feel good to know that I can, I'm not the best trader and I don't know the ins and outs of everything, but if I can teach somebody the basics and let them know how to fish, I think that's very valuable. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. This is the reason why I trade the way that I do, is because John taught me. I reached out to him and he taught me how to fish. And it's not like he comes to me and says, "Hey, this is what you should play, and this is the next stock you should buy." He doesn't make stock recommendations. He let me out into the world and he told me, "Hey, this is how I screen. You should screen this way, and take a look for yourself, and take a look at the parameters that I've taught you how to look for, and make sure you make up your mind about it." And I did. And I come back to him and I say, "Hey, this is a good stock," and he was like, "Yeah, I'm looking at the same one." So.
The funny part about it is that it's like teaching someone how to swim, right? Dude, just paddle.
I don't know how to swim. Dude, I don't know how to swim.
I know. It's an analogy. Okay, be quiet. It's like if I throw you in a pool and it's 10 feet deep, right?
You're gonna drown.
No, I'm gonna tell you, just keep flapping. Flap, and you're gonna float. You're gonna float. Dude, if you shave all your hair, I'm pretty sure you're gonna float. and then going back to the analogy, it's like, if I throw you in that pool and you don't know how to swim, if I tell you to just keep flapping, you'll be okay.
I don't know,
right?
I mean, yeah, that could have worked for somebody, but I'm gonna tell you the story right now.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is a swimming pool is like the stock market, right?
Yeah, we get it.
Terrible analogy. I'm not a salesman.
I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story. I am definitely afraid of deep water. I am definitely afraid of deep water. I am scared of deep water. I don't know how to swim to save my own life. And so when I was younger, we would have like pool parties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody threw me in the pool in the deep end.
So this brought back memories.
Yeah. I got PTSD. Post-traumatic swimming disorder.
Oh, damn.
So when I was a kid, somebody threw me in the water and I didn't know what to do. Like, this is a new feeling for me, right? Mm-hmm. The idea is you're supposed to float by yourself.
Yes, that's what I
That's
said
the idea, right?
about the analogy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're supposed to float by yourself, but I have no buoyancy. Like I I sink. I don't float. I sink, and I don't
Let's
know.
let's put it this way. All right, I think I know where your story's going. Going back to the stock market, going back to the analogy. If you don't do any of the work, yes, you will
There
sink.
you go. Exactly. But let me finish my story because this is a very funny story.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, so I never learned how to swim. If I can't touch the floor of the pool, I'm not gonna go that deep,
Uh-huh.
right? So I've
Uh-huh.
been ridiculed all my life. Like I would have friends that would go, "Hey, let's go swimming." And I'm like, you could go suck it. like, I'm not gonna.
I'm
I
gonna
would
sit by the
swim, right?
bar.
I would go to the pool. I would go into the pool. I would go into the pool, but I wouldn't go past a certain level, right? So as a kid, people would go play, they would play basketball in the pool, they would play volleyball or whatever, like sports, and you want to join in, but you're not able to because you can't touch the fucking floor. So I can't do it. And I've come to terms with the fact that I can't swim. So fast forward to when I met my wife. This is when I knew that she was the one. She goes, and I go, I just want to be completely honest with you. Some deficiencies that I have, because I think that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Like, if you're gonna get into a serious relationship, like for the people who are single currently and are looking to get married or whatever, right? Get in a long term relationship. I think you need to have some semblance of transparency in order for you to have a fruitful relationship. So I was straight up. I was like, but I don't know how to swim.
And then
I don't know how to swim. And she goes, and she said that it's fine. And I that to me is a key indicator that it's fine. Like, it's fine. So we went on a cruise ship. We went on a cruise ship. Like, one of our first trips together. I was like, I'm just gonna tell you out right now. If this knocks on wood happens and we end up like,
Titanic.
Titanic issues, right? I'll give you the plank, which is just know that I'm not gonna be able to save your life because I'm gonna die first.
Jack.
Right? So if the mob ever finds like issues with me, they won't need to
Uh-huh.
they won't need to cement my feet. I'll just sink. just no buoyancy, none whatsoever. None whatsoever.
Damn.
So to tie that back
Thank
to
you
the
for the
stock
story.
market, yes, we would like for you guys to also do the work on your end in order for us to keep teaching you, because I think it's a two-way street. And we haven't, like, the people that we interact with on Instagram, they haven't given us they haven't given us the reason to say that. Like, they've been really digging on their own, which is really cool. Like, shout out to you guys who reached out to us to try to learn stuff, and you guys are striking it out on your own. You guys are actually providing us with play sometimes, which is really
Mhm.
cool. And I think that's what the goal of our Discord is. The goal of our Discord is to not charge you an arm and a leg to join a trading group and give you signals, but the goal of our Discord is to grow a community of traders that really value, I mean, camaraderie. We've built friendships over that. We've grown and we've built friendships over that. And the ultimate goal here, guys, is to, like, for people on Discord, the goal here is to start an army so we can move markets like Wall Street
Dude,
bets. Oh my
right?
god. I cannot
I was
stress it,
thinking about the same thing.
bro. And can you just imagine a meme page on Instagram, a financial meme page that can move markets, that
Mhm.
goes up against hedge funds,
And that have billions of dollars, by the way.
billions of dollars. Wall Street Bets, kudos to you guys. Shout out to Wall Street Bets. You guys are doing the Lord's work because you guys are
Yeah.
giving the small people a chance.
Hmm.
Can you imagine a meme page? The best meme page out there on Instagram, the best, right? And we follow them. We follow them to a T.
Hmm.
We are, we're the same. We're autists
We're
like
fans.
everybody else.
Fans.
We're super fans, yeah, for sure, right? A lot of the stuff that we do is kind of modeled after them because we do believe what they do. But it's funny how they can come up with a stock and it moves. Look at GameStop. GameStop, technically and fundamentally, is a shitty company. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say that out loud. I have my own
Yep.
gripes against GameStop. That's why I didn't hop in the trade. But for GameStop to go from how much did it start to? like $12.
Yeah, up to like almost $7. I think it hit $70,
Hit
right?
75. $75. Now the short sellers are coming in. It's about time. But we've been seeing this moon for the past week. It's just bananas. To me, it's just crazy how an Instagram page can move a company like that, and they're not done yet. They're not even close to done yet. They're talking about AMC. They're talking about BlackBerry. When was the last time you owned a BlackBerry?
I know, right? BlackBerry was not relevant.
I owned a BlackBerry. I was working at T-Mobile before I had a BlackBerry. That was a thing.
I know, but for the past decade, 2010 and 20, BlackBerry hasn't been relevant at all.
I remember the last BlackBerry I had was around 2012.
Probably 7.
2012.
Oh, 2012.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because 2007 was when the iPhone came out.
Right.
If you weren't on AT&T, you didn't have access to the iPhone because they wouldn't sell you an iPhone. So you were either an Android guy or a BlackBerry guy, and I was more of a BlackBerry guy.
Yep.
So I mean, Jesus Christ, that's crazy how that goes. But how did your trades fare this week?
We did well I just want to say we did well this week and this entire month. Accounts are growing. If you guys are following my I don't want to say grow. Well, it's a growth/investment account on Instagram. I post weekly updates on that one. Currently, I started this account this month, first week of January, and we're currently up 5,500 for the month, just for this one account. And I have 4 accounts, my dividend accounts, that one's boring. We're not going to talk about that one, Gabe. Bro, my dividend account this month alone is up $3,000, and I'm just going to keep pumping it back into dividends because my main goal for the year is to make, at least 300, 350 a month just in dividends. And I started this dividend account last year, and I'm at $200 a month. So I'm collecting that much per month. So, I have small goals right now, but, I'm just trying to inch my way in, to that $350 a month. But someday, I think it's doable, really, because that's my June goal is to hit, 300 a month. And I think we're going to hit that for sure. And I also have my other accounts. We're up about $2,000 for the month. So it's been a great ride overall for this month. And we got earnings week for next week.
We're definitely going to get into earnings and what we're looking for this week. This week is going to be bananas.
Yeah. What about you?
We're going to talk about our strategies for earnings. There is some valuable strategies and tips that we're gonna provide to them because earnings season is tempting to say the least.
Yep.
Extremely tempting, right? But for me, wow, this has been a week, dude. This has been an extremely fat month for me. My dude, yesterday alone, my portfolio grew 33%.
Yeah.
So fat gains. Shout out to Palantir. Shout out to Bionano Genomics. Shout out to Apple, who's finally moving.
Shout out to Kathy Woods.
Shout out to Kathy Woods. The goddess herself, Kathy Woods. And then we have what else am I dude? There's so I've never had this many fruitful positions in my life before.
Yeah. So when you showed me your positions, I was like, Jesus Christ, 100%, 100%. 1,000%.
Yeah, dude, my Palantir 12.5 is now 1,400%. My Delta quit, dude. My Theta, the time decay on that option quit.
So what you're trying to say is that for every dollar, you made 1,400.
No. For every dollar that moves, the amount of contracts you have. So every dollar that it moves, I make 300.
I know. What I'm trying to say is that for every dollar that you invested.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've made 1,400.
You've returned 1,400.
Yeah. I've returned 1,400%. And we just hopped on a few new trades this week with Twitter and Quantum Scape, which is a battery play. And I'll talk about we'll talk about this right now. We're going to talk about like the differences from last year and this year.
Yeah.
The fundamentally, the way that we trade hasn't changed. It has not, in terms of what we look for in the charts, right? I mean, John has taught me how to look at a chart and look for and technically analyze the chart and to show me what he looks for as far as indicators go in order for him to determine whether or not it's a good play or not, right? And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna work on showing you guys on this channel what the key indicators are. But for now, he's taught me how to read the moving averages. He taught me how to read the MACDs, the RSIs, the relative strength index. Dude, awesome pants, by the way.
My bad. My bad. You know, when you my bad. When you got a 9-to-5 job, but you're still wearing pajamas.
You're wearing a suit up top and pajama bottoms.
My bad. I forgot that I'm still wearing my pajamas. But it's funny because on the screen, all you can see is just my my Trading Daddies shirt. My pajamas.
That's so funny. But anyways, so what we've been doing is and this is like something that John hammers, right? We look at the market cap, at least $1 billion. We look at how many shares are outstanding. Is it a reputable company? Is it a growth stock? Is it, like all the fundamentals? But in terms of the technical analysis, has the stock gotten beaten down? Right? When we say beaten down, it's hit a top and it's resting and it's going down to a certain level. The way that we determine whether or not it's hit a bottom or not is the relative strength index. So if the RSI is below, below 50 to 30, that to us, that's a watch, right? We start looking at seeing if it will ever hit 30, if it will ever dip down to 30. Because once it hits below 30, that's us already starting to look, and our mouths are salivating at that point, trying to find an entry for this beautiful, beautiful chart, right? And then we get in, we hop in the trade and we ride it. The difference though, last year, I've seen I saw crazy gains and I lost crazy gains.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I lost crazy gains because the big issues that I had, as we talked about before on the pod, was bag holding and expecting it to rise and not paying attention to the technicals right when it gives me the indicator to sell. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of greed. Yes. Right. There's a certain level of greed that always plays. This is money. This is real money we're talking about. It's not monopoly money. This is real money that you could potentially, I mean, everybody has different goals. Everybody has different goals for why they play the stock market. Some people it's income. Some people it's for long-term wealth. Some people is just to try to make ends meet. Right.
That too.
Everybody has different goals. But my goals were super unclear last year as to what I really wanted to do. And as the year progressed, it became more apparent to me that what I am really trying to do is try to create wealth as well as potentially provide an income where I don't have to worry about a 9-to-5 in the future. Right? Mm-hmm. Because as an American, right, we're kind of given this idea that we have to pull up our own bootstraps and make our way on our own. This is a really good way to do that. But what I was doing last year was trying to rush it. I have realized that in order for me to make this a long-term career, right, is to make sure that I know and learn as much as I can before I venture out on my own. So last year was all YOLO plays. Last year was crazy YOLO plays. We see earnings report. We're going to talk about that later. We see, let's say, for example, oh crap, AMD earnings. Look at the chart. Oh my God, it's at the top. You know what? It could only go up. That's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
do not always think that it's going to go up, especially during earnings. It is the riskiest thing. Some people tell you that stock market is a gamble. Yes, it's a gamble if you gamble through earnings.
Yeah.
But the way that we've learned how to trade and what we're going to talk about right now is been so helpful, and it's been amazing for us this month alone. And I think we've struck the balance. We've struck the balance between being able to trade, make good gains, as well as focus on other things besides trading. Because we're doing that right now, which is amazing. So before I would choose, let's take AMD for example. I'd say earnings are coming for AMD. I'm gonna play AMD, pick a strike price, which is stupid. Probably pick a strike price 10 points out. 105 OTM, thinking that it's gonna hit that, and then my expiration date would probably be this week.
Yep.
There's no rhyme or reason behind that, and I've realized that. Right, that's a sucker's bet. So fast forward to this year, it actually started last month in December. This is all, the groundwork that we were trying to do some trial and error. What we've learned is we're now looking more into leap calls, and we look at options as a cheaper way to hold 100 shares.
Yes.
It's a cheaper way. It's not just for the pop. Each contract, remember that an option contract represents 100 shares. It's your reservations to hold 100 shares of the stock. Now, the intricacies of the options market, the intricacies of options, we're going to get into that as the topic comes across our desk, and people will be asking that question pretty soon. And we'll have Gabe back because Gabe's a good resource for options. He's an amazing guy. What we've been doing is we've been picking strike prices that are close to at the money or 2 points up, and then our expiration is out. Our expiration.
You know what? That's what I did with Palantir and Asan, and right now I'm seeing huge gains. Like my Palantir is almost up, like I think it's at 80%.
Crazy, it's bananas.
And my Asan ASAN, it's at 70%. And these are leap calls. We're talking about December, January of next year. And when people are saying, general rule, you're not supposed to buy out of the money leap calls, stop wasting your money in that. I'm treating this as an investment.
Yeah.
Instead of tying up, so much capital on shares, why not buy cheaper, leap calls?
Yeah, exactly. So let's take
and be realistic.
Yeah. Right. Let's take and actually this whole project of mine and trying to find a better way to trade started at my son's birthday back in September when Palantir dropped. We've been waiting for the options just to open up. And I said, I talked to John. I'm like, John, what if we do longer term options? And he goes, leaps. And I'm like, yeah, let's try it. Right. So my 12.5 that I got in, my expiration for that is this May. So I bought it last October. Right. I bought it in October and my expiration is in May. Right. So I'm actually inclined, because I believe in Palantir so much, and we're going to get into this in a bit. I believe in it so much that I'm about to exercise the option. So when I exercise the option, right, I will convert these contracts into 100 shares per contract. Is 100 shares, right? I'll pay 12.5 per share. So each contract will cost me $1,200. But if Palantir is trading at these levels right now, from 12.5 to 30, these are all the gains I'm getting from that $100 share level.
Yep.
So my portfolio is going to grow exponentially because I was able to get in my options contract, and it's so deep in the money that time decay quit. There's no more time decay on these. And it's been really working out. And shout out to Gabe because he taught me how to do covered calls. Covered calls are a godsend. And
he didn't. Sorry to interrupt. He didn't teach you how to play leap calls, though. he didn't teach you how to play OTM calls, though.
He didn't want to feel the rush. We felt the rush. We felt the rush, and we felt the burn. You know what I mean? We definitely felt the burn. But we've been doing covered calls if the stock goes sideways, if it dips down below. There's ways to make gains and also hold on to your long-term investment. So what I've been doing is you can be an investor and a trader at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I have positions that I hold long-term. I hold shares with, right? Like BioNano and Palantir. I hold shares in those. And I could build up my position as I go, right? And buying dips, all that cool stuff, as an investor does. And I use options mainly as a source for me to grow my portfolio because I could trade in and out of these positions. But the way that I trade options nowadays, I look for leaps as opposed to holding them for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So the idea is, and I get this a lot on Instagram, like what determines your strike price? What determines your expiration? Rule of thumb for me right now, this is my personal way. I'm not telling, again, we're not financial advisors. We're not telling you guys how to spend your money, nor are we legally allowed to. But what I'm saying for me, this what works for me, and what I think I could speak for John too, it's been working for him too, is pick a strike price that's 2 points above and pick an expiration date that's probably around 30 to 45 days out. That provides you enough time to see your position grow and mature. Case in point, Neo. We got Neo Day, which is amazing. I held on to my February 19 calls, right? And it dipped. It went from 60 to back to 56, right? But that gave me the opportunity to add to that position. Remember, never invest in a company that you haven't done research on. Never throw money at a company that you haven't done or you don't believe in at all, right? You have to believe in this thing. You have to believe in the things that you spend your money on, right? I hate Burger King. I'll never spend my money at Burger King. I hate GameStop. I'll never spend money on GameStop. It just
I have not seen a GameStop in like so long. Like, are these still alive?
After
like,
they tried to bamboozle me? Hell no. I'm tripping. But and the companies that I put my money in is company that I've done some research in. I took a look at the charts and what's John told me in terms of technical analysis. I take that into account, and I've never been more confident in my life to become a trader. Never.
Yeah.
And it's really helped out a lot. So the big difference is I'm more disciplined now than I ever was before. Before I hear a whisper, Tesla's popping. Oh, I'm gonna buy Tesla. But not looking at the charts. The chart right now is crazy scary.
You know what's funny? Let me butt in. We haven't spoken about Tesla in like how many episodes now? It's because the chart is like it's not moving at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's stagnant, right? Tesla's not moving at all. We were talking about Tesla a few weeks ago when it was mooning, right?
Yeah.
But we haven't talked about Tesla in a while because we don't see currently there obviously it's valuable if you're in Tesla. But since we are not in Tesla, we don't see value in it right now.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about when we can see potential value in Tesla later on when we do the earnings report. But
yeah,
that's my difference from trading last year to this year. I'm more patient, I'm more analytical, and I've become a more, I wouldn't say, let's just say that I have diamond hands. John likes to call it diamond hands. I have better diamond hands than I have before. And
I admire your diamond hands because I would my goal this year is to see 1,000% gain on either Palantir or Asan.
You can get that.
And I think I'm going to head in that direction, especially with both Palantir and Asan. But again, kudos to you because damn, you're like an inspiration. That's why it pushed me to hold on to these plays and stocks. And the old John would have been like, oh man, I'm going to take these fat gains, But these fat gains could be fatter.
Yeah, fatter.
Is that even a word?
It could be. It could get fatter. PHAT fat.
PHATTER.
Fat hair.
We got a big show today.
We definitely do have a big show. But back to that point though, I'm not saying that I haven't made a mistake this year. I did make a mistake. John sent me a a picture last Monday of Jamia, right? This is the Amazon of
Come on, man.
Africa.
Like, let's not talk about that.
I think we have to. It's a mistake that we both made. We have to be transparent for our listeners, right?
No, I know. It's irritating.
It's very sad. It's an annoying story. So
Yeah.
Jamia, my price target for Jamia really is $90 a share by the end of the year. That's really
It's
what it is.
ticker symbol JMIA.
MIA. They have the same revenue as Mercado Libre. Mercado Libre is the Amazon of South America.
Yep.
But Mercado Libre has competitors. Jamia does not.
Mm-hmm.
Jamia is actually ran by Europeans that are based in South Africa. So they know what they're doing, right? And they're at a very good discount right now. My thing was I bought call options at $39. Right? That was my strike, 39. And it hit like 42, 43-ish, right? 45-ish even, 45-ish on Tuesday, and it dipped. It started dipping. And in my head, I'm like, is this done? Is this done? And my emotions got the better of me. I didn't look at the chart. Because I didn't look at the chart, my plan was supposed to be to add to that position. What I should have done is to add to that position. At the moment that I sold it, it bounced and it rocketed to 56. I could have added more, but that was my mistake.
No, the funny part was we were talking about it Monday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I sent you that picture of, hey, let's do this trade. You know, it was a leap call too.
Yeah, it was.
And
I'm so pissed.
I'm so pissed because that could have been $8,000 within like 3 days. You know.
Yeah.
When I was looking at it, I was like, hey, you know, what do you think about this? And you and we both agreed on it. And then the following day just ran. And I'm like, you know what? It's already too late. Fuck it. You know, I'm not gonna chase it. You know what? Let's not even talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
And that's also one thing. I haven't chased a trade. I haven't chased a trade ever since December of last year. I haven't, like, I see a chart that's running. I don't hop in just because it's running. I let it rest. Leave it alone. It's gonna come back down. That's when you enter. You have to be patient. You don't throw your money out there just to throw your money out there. You don't chase. You never chase. Let it come to you. Right? So let's talk about stock of the week, bro.
Stock of the week in honor of earnings week. The stock of the week is, you guys are all familiar about this. Stock of the week is Apple Inc.
Oof.
You have a position in it. And then when I was doing research on Apple Inc., like deep research, I'm like, why don't I have shares or calls?
You have to.
Right. So I'm going to incorporate that in my my growth account. I'm looking to the left because I'm looking at the board. As we all know, Apple Inc. is headquartered in Cupertino, California. You know, right in the middle of Trafficville.
Beautiful campus, by the way. It's now a
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful campus.
And then there's like a forest in the middle.
Yeah, there is a forest in the middle.
Yeah,
very green.
It's insane. Yeah. Who doesn't know about Apple and what it does and what it offers? It is part of the FANG group. Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google. It should be like a FATANG group because Tesla's in there too. Yeah. FATANG. Apple's hard, huh?
T-Fang.
Or T-Fang.
T-Fang sounds
FATANG or T-Fang. Or FANG.
FANG?
Apple's hardware product includes, obviously, you know, everyone nowadays have, you know, iPhones, iPads, Mac computers, iPods. Who still have iPods? You still have iPods?
No,
they're still relevant.
I think there's still the iPod touches for the people who don't want to have an iPhone. I think that's still a thing. It could be a thing.
What's the point? Okay, iPods, Apple Watches. It's funny because I don't have an Apple Watch, and I bought my wife a watch for her birthday. Apple TV, AirPods, HomePods. Apple software side includes, we're going to break down Apple here because they're such a huge company. They're the biggest company in the world, first of all. And they offer so many products, software. And the software side, it includes the iOS, iPad OS, Mac OS, the Apple Watch OS, TV OS. OS means operating system,
Mhm.
obviously. iTunes, Safari, Shazam, iLife, and iWork. Okay. Now, Apple's online services includes iTunes Store, iOS App Store, Mac App Store, Apple Arcade, Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, iMessage, and iCloud. There's more.
Yeah.
But wait, there's
Well,
more.
wait.
Yeah. Also, it has other services like the Apple Store, okay, Genius Bar, Apple Care, Apple Pay Cash, which I use all the time, and Apple Card.
Which is
Have you seen their Have you seen their Apple Card, dude? It's like a brick.
I have one.
And
It's nice.
oh, you have one, okay? And then there's no numbers. It just it has the
Very
Apple logo.
incognito.
Yeah, and then you can smack someone with it. Be like, "Bitch, I got money." It'll never decline.
Bro, it's dude, it's like it's I think it's made out of titanium.
Dude, it's cool. It's nice.
It's heavy.
Quick brief history of Apple. It was founded by Steve Jobs. If you guys want to check out, a quick rundown of Apple's history, watch the movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Played by Ashton Kutcher, and
Ashton Kutcher's a handsome man.
yeah. Anyways, Apple was founded by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak. Steve Wozniak actually has a like a coding academy. Okay. Genius. And Ronald Wayne. You guys probably never heard of Ronald Wayne because he sold all of his shares, his equity shares, like 12 days later when they IPO'd.
Dummy.
And those shares are worth billions. We're talking about I don't know, shit, 200 billion, 300 billion, I think.
Hey,
I'm not
smart
sure.
guy.
Hey, he founded Apple.
You
Those shares are worth billions.
Sorry to interrupt, but you know what that is? He timed the market.
Damn.
Market.
It's not time in the market. Okay, he was a trader. Okay, he was a full-time trader.
He's a degenerate.
Those shares are worth billions in today's price. Okay. Apple's revenue back last year was 274 billion. Okay. Apple is the largest tech company in the world by revenue and market cap. Again, market cap is basically how big the company is. Okay. It is the third largest mobile phone manufacturer behind Samsung and Huawei. Okay. Now, what does that mean? So for the investors, there's room for growth here. Okay. When I say everyone has iPhones, apparently it's not. Samsung and Huawei is one of the biggest. Apple employs 147,000 bodies, full-time employees, and they also have
job creators.
Yep, and they also have 510 retail stores. When I talk about retail stores, what is that? That's the Apple Store. And then there's one in Walnut Creek.
Yeah,
beautiful.
There's a whole bunch of them now.
Yeah. But the one I like going to is the one in Walnut Creek, California, obviously. Every time I go there, it's like a candy store.
It is.
It's like, oh damn, I want to check out the MacBook. I want to check out the new iPhone. And they always treated me nice, And even though I wasn't gonna buy anything,
they're super private in there. I like their retail model. It's amazing.
If you are an investor of Apple, you already know that Apple is already in the computer hardware industry, computer software, consumer electronics, cloud computing, digital distribution, silicon design, semiconductors, because we're going to talk about how it pulled out of Intel and Qualcomm. Okay. Semiconductors, you're also talking about WDC, Western Digital. You're also talking about AMD,
Taiwan Semi.
Yeah, and Apple just wants to do everything on their own, right? Apple's also in the media industry, retail, financial tech, because of Apple Pay, Apple Cash. They're also in artificial intelligence, and I'm going to talk to you guys why. EV, okay?
Yes.
Then you need to have Apple in your portfolio, because if you're interested in any of these industries, okay, in any of these sectors, you should have Apple in your portfolio. like I need Apple in my portfolio because, dude, I trade a lot of semiconductors. I trade, like last week I traded AMD, and I'm like, why am I not in Apple?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Remember, Apple dropped Intel recently and Qualcomm, and you know they just want to dominate the semiconductor sector as well. They just want to take market share, right? And now they're in EVs. So recently they just announced, you know, who they wanted to partner with.
So, so Churchill Capital is the potential partnership for Apple EV's project, and it's very interesting because it's still a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a rumor. So the ticker symbol for Churchill Capital is CCIV.
Yeah.
And rumor has it that they are oh no, CCIV is actually Lucid. I'm sorry. It's Canoe.
Which one's that one?
It's is it GOEV, I believe? Yeah.
All these damn SPACs, bro.
Dude. All these SPACs. Hold on 1 second. Let me find. I'm sorry for the listeners. That was wrong.
I can't remember like all these SPACs because there's like hundreds of them.
There you go. It's Go EV. It's Canoe.
Go EV.
Go
Okay.
EV. Go EV.
Right, sorry about that.
Is actually so the rumor. Let's connect the dots real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Apple was rumored to be partnering with Hyundai
mm-hmm.
to create their EV, but Hyundai is actually looking at Go EV, aka Canoe, as their partner for their EV arm.
Oh.
So I've been watching Go EV for a while, and we're gonna do a little bit of a deep dive in a future episode. But in terms of the SPAC play, we'll talk about Lucid in a bit. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So if you guys missed the news, I mean it was just recently. Apple is trying to drop and trying to get into EVs in 2024. Okay. And it seems like it's far-fetched, but that's like tomorrow, man. That's like 3 years from now. They're gonna release an Apple car. You serious?
I'm buying.
Oh man,
I'm bullish on Apple cars.
Just think about it, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. Imagine getting into an Apple car with no driver, and let's say you need an Uber, or I don't even know if Uber is gonna exist 3 years from now. Imagine you're in a taxi and it's an Apple car, right?
Yeah.
And then you grab your iPhone and then you just tap it. Bam, Apple Pay cash.
Ecosystem. The ecosystem is alive, folks.
Damn.
It's
or
alive.
Just order it on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, what a time to be alive, bro.
Yeah.
Some fundamentals for Apple. It trades under NASDAQ and has an average volume of 107 million shares traded a day. Now, if you guys want to do the math, I don't know if my math's right, but if you multiply 107 million shares to their current share price, that equates to about, again, if my math's right, 14 trillion, almost 15 trillion dollars that are being traded in one day.
Yeah.
Just in Apple alone.
Yeah.
Apple is actually one of the heaviest traded stock in the stock market. It is, again, the biggest company in the world by market cap and by revenue. The market cap right now is at $2.3 trillion. Okay, that's like having, that's like having 3 Teslas combined. Okay, and that's how big Apple is. Okay, and I think it's only going to get bigger. A lot of analysts say, it's overweight, it's heavy, it's going to come down. Dude, if they're releasing an Apple car, like just imagine the market share they're going to take.
Yeah.
From Tesla, from Lucid, from all these other EVs, right? From Neo.
Mm-hmm.
Apple has a 52-week low of 53. Gosh, I wish I got Apple at 53 because they just did a
stock split.
A stock split. I'm still calling Amazon 30-to-1 stock split this year. And then the 52-week high of 139.85, and it is poised to break out this week with earnings. If it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. Currently, Apple pays 0.59% in annual dividends. Still beats the bank, any bank alone. Mm-hmm. So for every 100 shares, you will get $82 for every 3 months. Is your bank going to pay you $82 a year?
Nope.
Still beats any bank. So top plays for this week for me, Apple. Yeah, that's the stock of the week, yo.
There we go. Thank you, John, for the stock of the week. Let's get into some current events real quick here. Janet Yellen is now in charge of the Treasury, which is good and bad. She made a stance about Bitcoin and her plans to crack down on its illegal use. I don't know how that's going to be implemented, but we've seen Bitcoin.
Man, she a hater.
Yeah, I'm going to say that. And we've seen Bitcoin pressured since then. We're seeing a downtrend on Bitcoin, which surprisingly, I'm going to talk about that in my plays for the next week. Joe Biden signs the economic something to boost COVID aid, executive order. Sorry.
Yeah.
Executive order to boost COVID aid and expand worker protections, which is great. Oil prices are falling because supply is increasing. That's just normal economics, but there has been a lot less demand for oil lately because we're in a how do you say this?
Pandemic.
We're in a pandemic, and there's so much demand for batteries. There's so much demand for EVs and renewables. That's why we're in that space. Shout out to my brother-in-law Ferdy for telling me that EVgo is actually going public. EVgo is a electric vehicle charging company that implements charging stations throughout the country.
If you miss Blink, don't miss this one.
Don't miss this one. It's actually trading via SPAC called CLII. So
the what now?
CLII. It's under a SPAC. I just found out today too.
Top place.
Place. Yeah. And we're gonna talk about right now. We're gonna break down a little bit of earnings for you guys for the first 3 days of the week. Good Lord, we are in for a wild ride, my friend. Wild ride indeed. So let's talk about Monday. We have notable for me on Monday is AGNC, which you're heavy on.
Yep.
AGNC.
Oh, dude. AGNC pays 12 cents a month.
Mm-hmm.
So currently it's giving me. Mm-hmm. I have plenty of shares of AGNC. I love it. Yeah.
Xilinx, which is a semi play, which is really good. And then on Tuesday we got AMD, 3M, Verizon, Texas Instruments, Microsoft, right? Starbucks, Navient, Capital One, American Express, General Electric, Johnson & Johnson. These are more of your blue chippy type earnings reports, right? These are companies that barely move. What are you bullish on any of them?
AMD, I'm always going to be a trader of AMD, but never an investor for some reason.
Yeah. Because there's still
I like Qualcomm better.
They're still losing to Nvidia.
Yeah.
There's always that sentiment that Nvidia is a little bit better. And I mean, as a gamer, I tend to lean towards Nvidia. And then let's talk about Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be bananas. Let's go down the list. Boeing, AT&T.
God, I have AT&T shares.
NASDAQ,
mm-hmm.
Abbott,
mm-hmm.
Progressive,
mm-hmm.
Corning, which makes Gorilla Glass.
Okay.
Right. Anthem Blue Cross, Levi's. You have something?
I've always wanted to get into Anthem as an investment. It's healthcare plus, it just diversifies your portfolio. Plus, they pay dividends.
They do.
Yeah.
And the big three.
Yep.
Facebook, Tesla, and Apple.
These are market movers.
Now, let's break down the big three real quick. We're going to go talk about Facebook. Then we're going to talk about Apple, and then we're going to talk about Tesla. But before we do, you have 3 days. You have 3 days to play earnings reports, because what I've found and what we've talked about before is you play the pre-anticipatory runs to the earnings report and you sell off right before. They report at the end after hours.
Yeah.
Never hold your position through the report. Never. But
Crazy.
I'm gonna make a very weird case for Apple in a bit. But I don't think, in my personal opinion, Facebook. What's your take on Facebook? If you look at the chart on Facebook right now,
I like it.
you like it. Would you
I like
hold
the
it
chart,
through
yeah.
earnings?
No.
No.
Hell no. Because I use Facebook for advertising, and pretty much Apple capped them.
Mm-hmm.
Apple capped them. And Facebook's revenue is all about advertising.
Yeah.
And for the folks who don't know what I'm talking about, do some research. Apple put a limit on how Facebook can advertise on, pretty much on their iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tesla, bullish or bearish?
Dude, I don't want to talk about Tesla, man. Like, it's a sore subject, bro.
I know it's a sore subject, but hear me out. Hear me out. This could be a really good opportunity for us. If you don't currently own Tesla right now,
I know
Tesla is trading at valuations that are astronomical, and rightfully so, because I do believe that they're valued properly. Some analysts will say no, they're overvalued, but to me, they're right there. They're right there, right? After the split, they're right there. Tesla could see some drops in pricing after this report. That's the way I see it. Or maybe this is just me wanting to see a dip in Tesla so I could buy it. You know what I mean? Because we missed that run from 300 to 800. We missed that run.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was in that run.
Well, I missed it, and I'm annoyed.
I just missed majority of it.
I missed all of it. And I'm pissed that I missed it. But I do believe that it could dip. So if you are holding some call options on Tesla, if you hold shares, hold it. This is going to be a buying opportunity for you. Mm-hmm. But if you're in options and you have an expiration date, make sure that you guys cover your or sell before before it happens.
But these options in Tesla's stupid expensive.
Dude, $4,200.
That expires the same week.
Expire the same week. Get out of here. That's
that's a gamble.
That's a gamble. You tripping.
That's a gamble right there.
You tripping.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Apple for once.
Yeah.
I know that Apple is our stock of the week, and rightfully so. Apple is about to report $100 billion in revenue. That's what the estimates are.
In a quarter. We're talking about a quarter. Because annually last year they did 247 billion. That's we're talking about for the 4 quarters. We're talking about just 1 quarter here.
1 quarter, $100 billion.
That's the first time.
Apple right now is trading at 140. And this is I know that I just said don't hold it through earnings. I know. And I'm not telling you to hold it through earnings. This is my personal play. And I could be extremely wrong here. But I do believe, and my expiration date's still out. I have time. I could dollar cost average this out and I have no problem. But that's what we meant about using options and looking at it as an investment as opposed to just to play the earnings or play the catalyst, right? Because if this dips, I could add to my position. Now it could be okay. And my strike price is 125 and I'm pretty above water here.
Yeah.
Right? But dude, if they report 100 billion in this moons, we've been consolidating for so long.
Mm-hmm. For 5 months now.
We've been consolidating for 5 months.
Yeah.
And in technical analysis, in terms of technical analysis, we're hitting a triple top.
Yeah.
So this could rocket in the next week. Right? That's my personal opinion on Apple. And that's where I'm going to play because I'm already in it. I already have skin in the game that I'm ready. I'm willing to risk what I've gained so far because I know that it's gonna after this is all settles down, after another couple of weeks and a dollar cost average out, I'm gonna make it back. It's fine. But that's my risk assessment. Ask me what my risk is.
You ask me what my risk assessment is.
So that's it right there. Our earnings breakdown for the first 3 days of this amazing earnings season. What are your thoughts, dude?
Thursday's big too. I mean, Thursday and Friday is big too, but the following week's going to be big as well. I
Yeah.
mean, the next 2-3 weeks is going to be big because clouds are going to report the following week.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I love clouds. I love clouds. So we're gonna start
Sales.
looking at cloud plays to play the pre-anticipatory runs to earnings report. We're gonna look at some beaten down charts, and you know what's a beaten down chart that's super exciting to look at?
GameStop?
No,
Oh,
stop.
my bad. My bad.
Salesforce. Salesforce.
I have a lot of shares of Salesforce.
Salesforce, dude. If you're in Salesforce, it's
I'm a firm believer.
Yeah, firm
Firm
believer in
believer.
Salesforce. Yeah,
Top 8 stocks, bro.
definitely. So let's talk about top plays for the week.
My top plays for the week. I have I think I have about 600 shares of Twitter. I love the chart. Plus, Biden bump did mention great things about Twitter, how it's a good form of communication, within this century or so. UPS looks great for a rebound. If you want to tie in UPS with FedEx, go ahead. FedEx actually is a nice looking chart as well, so I might play both for this week. When I say I play both, meaning it's only going to be either a day trade or a swing trade. Swing trades for me would last 1, 2, 3 days, 4 days, or for the week. Majority of the times I close it out by Friday to free up capital. And I'm also still looking at SPCE. We made some great gains on SPCE this week. The chart still looks good for at least 35, 36. Anything above that, man, it's a moonshot to 40 at least. So it's a volatile stock. Plus, they move on any space-related news like NASA news, Tesla news, like SpaceX, any Boeing news. So I'm keeping those on watch. Also, Fastly's been a predictable, that's a keyword, predictable chart to trade. And I felt like I've always won on Fastly because of the way it moves. Right now, we're still watching Fastly. I made some profit on Fastly. However, I had to cut it because I wanted to free some capital because Monday seems like it's going to be a dip again because of the way Friday closed. Friday, the market kind of dumped the last 10 minutes, and we might see a little dip come Monday morning. And I did cut QS. We made some good gains on QS, but again, I'm going to relook into it because the chart itself looks great. Anything above 50, it's going to shoot.
It's pretty.
Yeah. I just had to cut all my positions because I wanted to free up some capital. But QS, it's QuantumScape. Now that Tesla's reporting for this Wednesday, or is it Wednesday? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're reporting Wednesday.
Yeah, so if Tesla's reporting Wednesday, that could impact QS's stock price. It could run up, it could run down, but again, if it runs down, then buy the dip, I would say, because the chart is beaten down from a high of I think like 120, 130.
Yeah.
I did free up some capital and have plenty of powder for this week, which I'm super happy about.
Nice. So for me, I'm gonna as I talked about earlier, the Apple play. I'm gonna start looking into position at CLII. It's actually popped at that news of that EVgo merger. So we're gonna see it. We're gonna wait and see before it dips a little bit more. If you've missed your blink, this is it. This is it, guys. NIO is moving again.
I know.
We missed it. No, I didn't miss it. I DCA'd out. So
yeah,
I added more to my position on NIO. So we're waiting for that to pop. I could see a scenario if in the event that Tesla reports earnings and it dips, EVs are going to dump. So be careful with EV plays this week. That could give us more of a buying opportunity. I might close NIO on Monday just to free up some capital space and then look for leap calls in the future because I still see NIO at around 110 by the end of the year. I'm actually going to start a Bitcoin position. So, yeah. John's looking at me very puzzled.
Bitcoin or XRP? What are we talking about?
Stop. So after we had Jeff on this past Wednesday, shout out to Jeff, by the way. I've re-listened to that episode. right? And I've thought to myself that I have a very, very, very small position of Bitcoin, but we're seeing a dump here. We're seeing some consolidation that's going to be happening before it moons up again. So I'm going to start a position in Bitcoin, and I think right now that's the only cryptocurrency that I kind of believe in. But that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing in terms of crypto, because we need to diversify. You know what I mean? CCIV. We got a lot of people from the Discord asking about how we feel about CCIV. We want to we want to play CCIV. We do. We do believe that Lucid Motors, if this merger is correct, right? If this merger is real, CCIV is going to moonshot. And the reason why it's such an attractive play. It's an attractive play because Lucid has a factory. All these other EV companies that you guys see, Hyliion, XL, what else? Lordstown.
They're fugazi.
It's a woozy and a wazi. and here's the funny thing about CCIV. CCIV, Churchill Capital, right? One of their executives is actually also on the board for Lucid Motors.
Man, what you're trying to say is that put 1 and 1 together.
Yeah, 1 + 1 = 75.
Wow, is that a call?
It's a call. Let's go. So, because of that kind of connection, I do believe that CCIV will merge with Lucid Motors. So, we're going to look for an entry on CCIV. Me personally, I'm going to look for an entry on CCIV because I believe that in terms of the EV space, we could definitely benefit from a Tesla competitor. Tesla is a great company, don't get me wrong, but they need a competitor in order for them to keep on innovating.
Yep.
Right? Competition is amazing.
Yep.
Competition is good for you. Competition helps you get better. So getting into that, and I still have my Palantir calls. I'm still in bio nanogenomics, which I added
insane
100 more shares to that. And
insane.
Then what else? More covered calls are on the way. We're going to talk about covered calls in the next episode so that you guys have an idea of what we talk about. But I feel that because we are hitting some ATHs, some all-time highs, it's time to start shopping for covered calls so we can make that money on the downtrend as well. So with that being said, do you have anything else?
That's it, bro.
That's it. What an amazing episode, guys. Thank you guys again, each and every one of you guys, for listening and giving us the time and day to take it out of your week in order for us to be in your ears. With that being said, follow me on Instagram at Trading Poppy. Follow John at John C Trades. Follow the Trading Daddies at Trading Daddies. Go to tradingdaddies.com for all your merch, news, anything that's anything that you guys want to learn about us. We have cute bios. We have very cute bios on.
I gotta change my picture, man. Like
we have very cute bios. We are working on some discount codes for the store. If you guys are interested, shoot us a DM. And we have some new designs up for you guys. And with that being said, let's get trading.
Yeah.